I'm here with Ed at IFCBAA National Conference on the second day. Ed is the chairman and CEO of Suburban Aircraft and Aircraft Incorporated.
Yep.
And he has such an interesting presentation that he's presented today. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
What do you think the future for drones in logistics is?
I think the majority of logistics in the future will be flown via drone. I think that especially the bigger air cargo companies or even the smaller air cargo companies, it's cheaper, it's less expensive, the insurance rates are excellent, there's so much to it. And on top of that, you're not getting rid of pilots. A lot of people have that misconception is, the pilots unit will never allow us to do it, which actually isn't true. We cannot move people, so a lot of air cargo companies are dual companies, they fly people as well. Those will always pretty much be flown with a pilot on board. But with us, we still have a pilot that sits on the ground by regulation. Even though the aircraft can fly autonomously, the pilot on the ground is able to take instructions from air traffic control and move the aircraft as needed. But otherwise, it can do that. The military version is 100% autonomous. They don't even have an operator. Well, they have an operator that pushes the button to allow it to take off. It goes to its destination and lands. And then when they send it back, empty, presumably, or in the case of, a lot of militaries are looking at sending back casualties. So it's for casualty evacuation. They would close the nose of the aircraft, push a button, and it would return to its home base on its own.
Yeah, it's amazing technology. I'm super interested just to know the weights and how, like for urgent cargo and things like that. But can I ask one question?
Sure.
What is the main authority that is kind of like the holding back drones to operate so much?
That's a good question. There are some authorities that don't really have the experience, so they ask questions like, we don't fly drones in national airspace, which is not true. The drones have been flying, especially in the United States, for over 30 years. I mean, they've had things like Reapers and Predators and Global Hawks and things like that for over 30 years. And I might add, without ever a mishap. So that's one of the safest forms of transport that's ever been invented. Aviation in general is, but drones are. I mean, there's never been a human fatality related to drones within national airspace. So it's an extremely, and we're talking about close to 3 million flight hours within the U.S. national airspace. But it's extremely safe. And that includes in bad weather. I mean, it can fly in weather that you would never dream of sending a human being into. But these aircraft are built to handle the extremes of weather. But the only time it can't fly and nothing can fly in that is when it's hailing outside.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there's no reason that you couldn't send it into a cyclone. They're that sturdy. They're built to be able to take those kinds of environments.
Yeah, it's amazing technology. It's great what you're doing, and I think there's a lot to watch in this space over the next couple of years. And thanks so much for coming to IFCBAA conference and showing off what Subaru has to offer.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Nan.